So remember when people ask, where were you in 2016 and how are you feeling? Well, here it is, November 6th, 2024, and I'm pissed because people didn't take this election as seriously. You got people out here being interviewed asking why they voted, and they said because Kamala Harris didn't go to the Joe Rogan podcast, they voted for Trump. Or they never voted a day in their lives, and they're deciding to stand with Trump, knowing that they have the power of influence over people who don't know anything about American civics. Using your platform wisely should have been something that was thought about before you opened your mouth. But let's get into what exactly is about to happen. So it looks like the Senate has been taken by the GOP after we had 4 years of a somewhat Democrat controlled Senate, with the exception of two people who decided to, one, flip to an independent party and not vote with Democrats, or to be a Democrat and side with Republicans, losing control for the Democratic side. We have a conservative Supreme Court. What does that mean? That means that this man, who is a nutcase, can now appoint lifetime positions to federal judges because he now has the Senate control. So you know how he said he wanted to give qualified immunity to the police to take the lives of black people? Well, that looks a lot more possible. If you're wondering what's going to happen in the House that had 435 seats up, well, the majority are going to go to the GOP as it's projected to go right now. So what happens when somebody like Donald Trump has control of the presidency, and the GOP has control of the Senate, and the GOP has control of the House, and the GOP has control of the Supreme Court? They have a trifecta. And what does a trifecta look like? Well, you can look to Texas and Louisiana to see how that goes. Because a lot of the GOP down here believe that their constituents are stupid, because Texas has had a GOP controlled trifecta since 2003, and somehow convinced their supporters that it is the Democrats' fault. And they've been in control the whole time of the school boards, of the legislative branch, of the judicial branch, of the executive branch. They've had control all these years. And they were stupid enough to vote to keep themselves in the same position, all because they don't like black people or women. Oh, speaking of women, you know those ideas of reproductive rights only being at the state level? No, no, no. Now he will have access to take away reproductive rights at the federal level. Sounds wonderful, don't it? And while we're on the issue of black people, remember how he was talking about police immunity? Make sure you wear your MAGA hat when the police come. It just might save your life. Maybe. Black women, once again, have tried to tell people what it's like to survive in this country. And some of you decided that taking away people's rights wasn't a deal breaker. Especially those of you who are the one issue voters who got on these apps and these podcasts talking about this is the only issue that we're going to support. Remember, he wants to finish the job. Now he gets to finish the job. He has nuclear codes. And I know some of you are not aware, but in January of 2020, he did a drone strike in the country. Just randomly found $2 trillion and did a drone strike. That's what you're about to deal with. I hope you're happy. I really hope you're happy. Because instead of being unified, we're about to get Project 2025, Agenda 47, whatever you want to call it, because we got the papers to prove exactly what they're going to do. We know what they're going to do. We don't have to guess. They have been telling us the whole time. They have put it in a book that some of y'all refuse to read. All I can say is black women tried to tell y'all. Black women, protect yourselves. Save yourselves. Because apparently, too many people don't give a shit about us.